Well, salutations, everybody. What's a crack-a-lackin'? It's a pleasure to be back on this fabulous Sunday as we end up watching a moment of truth for Jorn Hergensen and Ireland as we watch from the back ends to see whether or not United can do the impossible. Ireland, not United. Ireland can do the impossible in Hungary, in Budapest. Can we end up getting past the might of the Hungarians? Can we get a place in the playoffs? Time will tell. The Craic shall end up watching in enjoyment, in honour, and in grace. But whilst that's going on, the Craic shall also continue with a bit of Football Manager 26. So I guess the Craic should ask, what's a crack-a-lackin', everybody? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going spicy? Linus, thank you for coming in. A gracious Giagwitch to yourself as well. How has the weekend been treating you? Has it all been good? Has it all been grand? Has it all been spicy with yourself? I hope it has been. We, in terms of our Manchester United save, have been doing, for lack of a better word, shite. But maybe we can fix things because I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to copy over this here, and we're going to do a single change. I have been, IRL, off-stream, been experimenting with simply that change, and it seems to end up working surprisingly well for certain elements of how we do. So we shall experiment in this Aston Villa game to see how we end up doing and hope that it all goes well. Depends on how starving Ireland are for the playoff place. And who we get in the playoffs as well, to be fair, Duck. I've been doing good, my friend. My allergies have hit me like a prick, which was one of the reasons why I was thinking I mightn't end up going live today. But I decided, you know what, screw it. Even if I sniffled, everyone will be fine. So just bear with me if I sound a wee bit congested or anything like that. My allergies have been hitting me like nobody's business. But with that being said, the Craic is ready to enjoy life with all of the good people. What about yourselves? Have you been up to anything exciting over the weekend? Has it all been rosy glips for the last wee bit of time, my friends? No! Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Oh, whatever. We'll redo it in a second. Okay, so the side that we're going to be going with is we'll go with Mbeumo over there. Oh, crikey. Okay, come back. We're going to go with Mbeumo over there. Sesko instead of Ferguson with Mbeumo up front. We could go with Evan Ferguson there, but I think we'll try that. Bruno here with Rashford and Ahmad. Stellar and Menu. Interesting, but we'll swap the two positions. Then we'll go with De Ligt in the middle. Ilya on the left, Euro on the right, and Lemens in goal. I got to the UCL semis with Fjorn from Iceland. Interesting. Well, I mean, the Icelandic dentist is a fairly good manager, to be fair to him. Like, I know in the grandest scheme of things, Ireland haven't been as impressive as we otherwise probably should be. We probably should be more impressive than we have been in the last wee while. But in general, I think we have been doing okay. And like to end up coming out when we needed to against Portugal was all we needed to end up having. So it's nice to end up seeing it. And like if he gets us through to the World Cup, that's all that bloody matters, isn't it? Who cares about the rest of the bad performances? But it also is incredible how some people have turned up. Like Seamus Coleman may be a Terminator for all that we know, because the performances that he has been putting through have been next level, if I'm honest. Okay. Ooh, glitchy. Glitchy, glitchy, glitchy. You know, the game's being a wee bit too glitchy now. Of course it is. You'd have a better chance with Duffy at the moment. I mean, to be honest, I kind of agree. I think Damien Duff will be a better Ireland manager at the moment. But with that being said, you can't... What is going on here? You can't be too negative towards a winning team, you know? I know. I know I did. But that's kind of the joys of me, Senior Duck, to end up making things always different to how the people ended up suggesting it. Which team were you playing as when you lost to Liverpool 6-2? Okay. 2 minutes in and we're absolutely screwed. Hungry or just after scoring. Unbelievable. Oh, you couldn't write a worse start for Ireland. You couldn't write a worse start. Now, can we come back into it in Hungary's hometown? I doubt it. I think the game is screwed. Well, at least get your hopes out the quick, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, there's not really much you could end up doing about that. Kelleher done fairly well in his attempt. It was a beautiful cross by Dominic Szoboszlai and an absolutely gorgeous header. And I don't think there's any offside on that. We'll see, because obviously we get different angles, but based on what I'm seeing there's definitely no offside that's going to end up counting. So I think already we can end up putting the stamp on this book. Yep. Yeah, he's have to give him the penalty. Also, nice to see that this game still has its buggy moments. How's it going, mate? So happy on FM, on console. It's all fixed and sorted now. Well, that's a pleasure to end up hearing, Curtis. Hopefully they continue to make a couple of improvements, especially in line for the international football coming into play. Hopefully that won't cause any issues. If you had asked me that question 5 minutes ago, I would have been slightly more satisfied. Ireland are just after conceding against Hungary. But we'll see what ends up happening. It seems that we're being a bit spitfire today. So there's hope that we'll end up coming into the game with gumption and fire, piss and vinegar. And that's the way we end up having to go about it. But you never want to go 1-0 down against the home squad. And Budapest, as everyone has turned around and said, even when you have likes of the Champions League in there, Budapest is a horrible spot to go to as an offensive unit. It's very, very, very strong in terms of the atmosphere that it carries. So we'll see what ends up happening with us. But what about yourself, my friend? How are you finding the game now that you end up going through it? Is it working out the way that you wanted to? God do. Oh, Portugal are already 1-0 up against Armenia, so unfortunately, we're screwed. But I suppose we can end up seeing how I end up doing now with the slightly changed formation versus Aston Villa. And let's hope that it ends up going well for us. Oh, hold on. There's a mistake somewhere here. Yep. There we go. And just check it again. Yeah. So, with this, we're going to go in and hope that we do okay. So, 44 is a bit too high up the threshold. We're given 21 instead. Villa are a strong team, so we'll have to get a wee bit of luck out of this one now. Hungary are playing a bit of a dangerous game, I'll tell you that. But Ireland don't look that like midfield strength game. God, she's taking her loading issues a bit bad today, isn't she, game? Oh my God. It's a good sign when everything starts to end up screwing up this bad. Wouldn't mind. I've reset my computer 3 times before this, so the fact that it's not working properly is actually kind of annoying. Come on, game. Don't end up crashing on me. You've got to be kidding me. So that's 16 crashes. God damn this game. I wouldn't mind. Crashing when you're live is annoying as well as everything else as well. It's like it wants to piss you off sometimes. I didn't give that element to do that. I have to figure out how to get stream elements not to do that. That's annoying. I was looking into it, but yeah, we'll figure that out later on. Save scumming potentially, Duck, but I'm save scumming before I ever ended up kicking a ball, so there's that as well, I suppose. Now, if I was a proper save scummer, I'd do it IRL and make sure that Ireland didn't end up getting a goal put in. Tom, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin'? It's not going too bad, other than the fact that we were not even 20 minutes into the save and already had a crash. What about yourself? What's a crack-a-lackin' with you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? Okay, good. So that's been disabled there. Cool. Other than your Manchester United, all is grand. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, ooh. Ooh. Almost something there. I mean, that's fair, to be honest. United isn't exactly the most attractable nation to end up watching, I suppose. But, I mean, considering I've been doing so bad on my first initial matches and lost quite a couple opening games, we'll see how I end up doing versus Villa. We are changing the formation a bit to see how things end up going. So, wish us a bit of luck on that one, I suppose, Tom. But with all that being said, how is your weekend going? Have you been enjoying any of the international football? You joke about that, but there's a legitimate chance of it. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully there isn't any issues with getting sacked or anything like that. But I mean, we have to get into a game first before we end up worrying about it getting sacked. I mean, I don't hate international football. I just find it a bit of a joke. My big thing with international football is, because I'm Irish, I just like when Ireland end up doing well. Otherwise, I don't really care. Although, I will say, I mentioned it before that I think Arsenal's one destructive factor that could have stopped them from getting the league was, Ireland's been given a penalty. Ooh. But the Gabriel injury, if it's bad, could be a good old hit for Arsenal as well. Wow. Okay. I mean, I think it's a penalty too, but we're back in it. We're back in it. I shouldn't have closed the book so quickly. Well, it's awesome to hear you're spending time with your daughter. What did you get up to, Tom? And feel free not to answer that. Victor Lindelof down there. Tyrone Mings. They've gone with Chienza and Torres. And then Matson up there. Interesting. So we'll see how we end up doing. Very little change to this Aston Villa side. I wonder if it is still Unai Emery. We won't really know. By the way, there might be a chance of me just jumping out of this chair in a second, depending on how this goes in. Ooh. I might be a little bit behind, but who gives a crook? And Troy's after scoring it. Beautiful. 1-1. Oh, gorgeous penalty too. Unbelievable. That's gorgeous to see. Oh, awesome. Troy Parrott, yeah. Yeah. He's been doing phenomenally well for us over the past two international breaks. He scored both of the goals against Portugal. I guess the way that you describe Troy Parrott, depending on who you are, is the Spurs reject. But he is only 23 years of age, and he's doing okay with AZ. But I like Troy. I always like Troy. It's just funny that we might end up getting through to the playoffs without the striker most people would consider one of our main ones being Evan Ferguson. But hopefully we end up doing well because we're doing well. Will he become Prem quality? I think so. I think he has the potential to become Prem quality. I think Tottenham threw him away too quick. Do I think he should ever come back to the Prem? No. Because I don't think he's going to get into one of the top sides in order to do it. Unless he got a transfer to somewhere like Sunderland, who are doing phenomenally well at the moment. I don't think he should come back to the Prem because I don't think one of the top sides will take him. I think he should stay with AZ or move, or potentially try to grab a move to somewhere like Borussia Dortmund. But I mean, you mightn't be wrong on that one. When you say us, Tom, that's Wolves, right? I mean, to be fair, he wouldn't be bad for Wolves, but that's my viewpoint. I think if he went to Wolves, there'd be too much of a chance that the squad around him wouldn't be able to help him. But that's probably where I think it'd end up happening. Maybe actually, considering they're having monstrous amount of issues with strikers at the moment, go to Inter. Go to Inter. Yeah, Senior Duck. I don't know what's funny. Is it my face? Because that's funny looking. I mean, you'd have to think so. Maybe you'll get the new manager bounce with the Rob Edwards. But to be brutally honest, and I mean this is no ill will to ye, because this isn't a Wolves thing, this is a Rob Edwards thing. I hope you go down, because screw Rob Edwards for doing what he done to Middlesbrough. You were almost guaranteed to be coming up with Middlesbrough. You screwed Middlesbrough midway through the season by taking the Wolves' job. Like, you'd almost think now that Middlesbrough didn't have a manager in place in case it ended up happening. So you've completely screwed Middlesbrough, and it's very, very unlikely that Wolves will end up staying up, because statistically, I don't think there's ever been a club with the stats, with the points that Wolves have at the moment, that have managed to stay up. Now, can you do it? Yes. There's enough bad teams in the league, and I am of the opinion that the league in general is performing bad enough that you can end up getting your victories. But it's just one of those situations of it's the same reason why, even though I love Sean Dyche and genuinely am happy that Sean Dyche is getting a chance with Nottingham Forest, I don't want Nottingham Forest to do great this season because of what they've done to Crystal Palace. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a man of principle, you know? And the fact that they picked Sean Dyche means that I've softened an awful lot on them. Like, I don't want to see them get relegated now. I would have if they kept with Ange. But, you know, on my updated database save, Amarin's gone by November and Ange just won back-to-back Prems. Who was that with, Spurs, or who did he end up winning it with? Because typically I have seen that ends up happening. Ruben gets sacked fairly quickly. Ange comes into Manchester United and does an okay job with them. We're performing grand on this formation. We just need to actually get a goal. I mean, yeah, but like at the end of the day, Nuno knew what he was doing. Like, you don't talk bad about an owner like Marinakis, because you know exactly what's going to happen if you talk bad about a manager like Marinakis, you know? So Nuno shot himself in the foot. And what's worse with Nuno is... he has an awful lot of work to do now in this gig. Like, can Nuno end up doing something with West Ham? Sir Benekage, one of our favorites, would end up stating maybe, but it's a big bloody task and it's a major downgrade. Ooh, what a pass by Mbeumo. And Ahmad, just horrible touch by Ahmad. I think we now might need to look for a replacement for Ahmad, if I'm honest. Yeah, but it has an awful lot to do with the fact that they just don't spend money. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but obviously West Ham are after selling Caduceus. And I don't think they bought anyone big for Caduceus, but have they even spent the Rice money at this point? Considering how much they make every year for being in the Premier League, I don't think they spend money at all. Like, that's the one thing United fans can't complain about. We spend money, we're just absolutely crap at it, by the way. The cat beater scores an own goal, so happy out. This new formation might be working wonders for us. But I think that's the thing with West Ham. They just don't spend money. Well, yeah, Nicholas Farrak isn't a particularly good striker, and like obviously having Antonio get the car crash didn't help things. So like Antonio was a good striker, but like is there any word on when he's coming back? Morgan Rogers going to score. Ooh, nice save by Lamens. I mean, yeah, that could be a shout for Parrott as well, I suppose. But I think the big one will be what happens with Evan Ferguson, because I'm of the opinion that Brighton are going to sell him. I'm of the opinion Brighton are going to sell him. And would they sell him to a Premier League side? I don't know. Because he's failed on 2 loans now, Evan Ferguson. Because if you believe the rumours, and it's hard to know with the rumours how true they actually are, but if you believe the rumours, Evan Ferguson is going to end up being recalled. Well, not recalled, not by Brighton. He's going to be recalled from Roma. Roma are going to send him back, you know? So, like, he failed with West Ham, and he's failed with Roma. So, do you go for him? Like, I think there's a player there. I think he's just been unlucky. Rest of the Prem should be glad that United don't have good scouting with the money they have. Well, that's the thing with United. I will argue with anyone that in the last 2 years we've signed very, very well. It's just been a situation of we were unlucky last season because we changed to a brand new formation and Ruben just wasn't able to make it click. And you can see that it's starting to click now. Matthias de Ligt is a future captain. Fantastic signing. 50 million for him at 25 is brilliant. 10 million, 15 million for Mazraoui. Beautiful to end up having there. Great squad player to end up coming true. Dogu is coming out to be very, very good. Mbeumo and Cunha look very, very good. Sesko to be determined, but I think there's something there. I'm not going to be negative towards Sesko because you need to give him the chance. But I also feel like we should have given Rasmus a chance with the new offensive unit. I think Rasmus would play fantastically well with Cunha and Mbeumo. But that's itself. Aiden Heaven as well. To get him for €1 million is a fantastic option. Sesko's 23, Tom. It's either 23 or 22. I think it's 23. He is 22. 22. He's 22. So, like, he's really, really young. But himself and Rasmus are the same age. So that's the situation there. Aiden Heaven looks like he's going to be something great. It's one of the things with Amron that's pissing, it's pissing off an awful lot of people. It doesn't bother me too much. One of the things that Amron's doing is he's not playing the youth. There hasn't been a single academy player played in the main squad this season. In starting the game. King, my friend, what's a crack-a-lacking with you? It's a pleasure to have you in. Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going spicy, my friend? Oh, you bet me to it, Senior Duck. Thank you so much for doing it. You're a gent and a scholar. Fantastic horror streamer there. Give him a follow if you can do. Brilliant, great community, fantastic voice. He looks so good, he makes me consider going bald. Give him a look anyways. No, Obi hasn't even been on the bench, sexy. Now, whether or not that's a situation... My big thing with Obi was I turned around with Obi and I said the same thing with Obi that I did about Garnacho. I thought he was a wee bit too frail and he needed a bit more, chunk to him. So I don't mind him going down to the under-21s, but I would like to see him on the bench more. Not too bad, buddy. Just waking up. Gotta go to work. Well, I hope work is fantastic for you, my friend. Although the joys of having to work on a goddamn Sunday, you poor fool. It's not my choice to be bald. Well, let me tell you this way. It mightn't be a choice, but fuck do you, Rocket. Do you know what I think when I think about you being bald? I think about this. I just look at you. I just look at your bald head, and I end up feeling. I mean, it's so tantalizing that I need to end up getting someone to do this for me. Those three have never worked so well together in all of their life. God, I love R-Truth. Oh. Now, we've been doing phenomenally well in this game so far. 8 shots, 5 on target, 1.8 XG. But I suppose there's one thing we need to remember. We didn't score our own goal. It was an own goal. So with that being the case, I suppose it is, warranted to say this.
Shut up.
Don't you forget,
you
ain't won yet.
I need to end up adding more of this crap. I love doing that. I do, Tom. Not majorly, but the Irish team I'd end up supporting is the Second Rovers. And if you know which one I'm on about, then you know which one I'm on about. I'm not going to state it because it'll narrow it down 100% where I'm from in Ireland. But if you know which one I'm on about, you know which one I'm on about. And you know that we've been doing bad, but at least we're going to stay up in the Airtricity League. I'm glad that I was able to put that back in, although I didn't think it was so goddamn loud. Dolphin, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin'? You've come in too early for Frosty Tools to end up giving you a nice AI-powered description of what you're doing. But please, ladies, gentlemen, in the Technicolor rainbow in between, give Dolphin a nice old follow. Another fantastic streamer. Does amazing stuff. Stellaris streamer. What's it called? Hell Let In, is it? A shooter. Brilliant streamer. Give him a follow if you can do. One of the good ones. One of the good ones. Also, your dolphin hugging love heart is absolutely gorgeous, my friend. Like it makes me feel like this. If it, by the way, is the Max Verstappen actually too loud? Because I can go in and try to lower down the volume of it so that it isn't. It's loud for me, but then again, I have everything hyped up a wee bit more just to be able to hear it. Let's put it down to there. I'm going to try it again just to see whether or not it's working. That should be better. I'm actually not sure. What game was that, Dolphin, from that clip, if you don't mind me asking? In the next near future, King, you're going to be... yeah, I know. It's there for testing purposes. I'll change it back to the original. I'll be nice. Be nice, and I'll even make it lower down for everyone. I didn't want to have to look for it. Phasmophobia. Oh, unbelievable. King, you play that every now and again as well, don't you? Yeah. You know, I'm going to end up going into the world of horror-esque games not too long down the road because I plan on playing Cryptmaster in the next coming days, so we'll see. But anyways, we need to make a substitution because Bruno isn't performing good, and unlike every Manchester United manager that's been here since he joined, I will sub him off. So we put Mbeumo down where Bruno is, and then we will end up moving Victor Rushk on, and we'll go with that for now. Need jump scare redeems? I mean, to be fair, I can add in a couple of them later on if you send me some links. I mean, the closest thing we have to a jump scare at the moment is this. I mean, you are a VIP, good man. I remember I gave it to you. I gave it to you because of the you wanting to post in a link, but at the same point in time, you are a VIP at this point in time. Because your sound, you're good, and you're up for the chat and the crack. Okay, into the second half we go, and let's see if we continue to perform. Are we going to end up getting the bug? No, thankfully. Game's actually playing. We're in fair control of this game, although ironically, even though he's performing bad, taking off Bruno seems to have given them more fire under their belly, which is hilarious. Well, they have Harvey Elliott as well. Actually, IRL wouldn't be a bad signing for Villa. Villa are a team IRL I worry about a bit. Ooh, are we getting a penalty? Cool. Well, we're going to make a tactical change because we have someone that needs the goal. And that is Victor. So this might turn out to be a mistake, but Victor needs the goal. So yeah, cross our fingers and our toes because the penalty mightn't go in. Hopefully he's like Troy Parrott IRL and able to actually score a penalty. Victor needs this, so hopefully we're not going, I scored! Beautiful! This is the crack you want to end up seeing happening. Beautiful goal by Victor. Now, the fact that we have a 2.69 XG and both of our goals have come from a mistake defensively and a penalty is actually kind of hilarious. Elliot not getting much game time at Villa. Wait, he's not with Villa IRL, is he? I know Everton sold. I know Liverpool sold him, but did he actually go to Villa? Well, he's on loan. Oh, okay. You're not wrong about that. He's only had 3 appearances. So Villa have actually taken a couple of Premier League people in. Because, like, they have Jadon Sancho as well. Interesting. Harvey Elliott and Jadon Sancho. Wow, okay. So they've 2 Premier League players signed on loan. That's fascinating. Like, I like legitimately, I like Harvey Elliott. He's not a world beater, but he wouldn't be a bad signing for them. Would you rather be 4th choice keeper for Forest Green Rovers or first choice dinner lady for Bournemouth? Ooh, sexy. That's a difficult conversation. It depends on whether or not they're paying for me to wax my legs. Because if they're paying for me to wax my legs, that's a hard conversation to end up having with Bournemouth. I mean, I'm such a hairy bastard. It would cost me my salary just to wax my legs. It's the reason why you never see me wearing shorts. Other than when I leave the room out of frustration of being 4-1 down to bloody Chelsea. Sancho has been doing okay when he's come on for Aston Villa, but he's not starting for them, yeah. Ugh, it's a Chelsea game. Ugh. I was trying to make a short out of that particular segment, considering, we scored the minute I left and the chair ended up getting a goal. But it was 1 minute of silence, and I thought that might be a bit too much. I mean, I like to think so. I mean, I'm the star anywhere I go, so I might as well be the star in the kitchen as well. So let's go! What a horrible shot. And we have to take you off because you're apprehensive, so we'll put Willie Kwambala on for you. Why did this happen again? I mean, defensively, we've been fine, so it didn't matter. Ahmad is tired. So, swap... The fact that you had that ready... But yeah, me in the chair for 1 minute and then it ends up scoring for me. 4-2, that result ended up finishing. Ironically, with more time, we might have actually gotten the win in that game. This is a very even game between Hungary and Ireland, by the way. I say as Hungary are about to score. It's nice to see that Milos Kerkez is performing bad even internationally. So it's not just with Liverpool. Do you know what, Sexy?
Off is a direction you can
I
fuck.
bloody knew it was coming. I said it was coming. It just felt, you could feel it in that play. And Szoboszlai with the bloody stinker. Szoboszlai doing this. Very good goal, to be fair. I love how he didn't actually score a single goal out of open play with a 3.26 XG. But hey, we're back to winning plays, so why are you upset with that? That's... Anyway, whatever. Oh, no. No game, no. Please, game, don't. Please, game, don't. Please, game, don't. Hurry up, bring up the save. I'll be back and actually talking in a second with the game loads and lets it save. Come on, save button, bloody spawn. Yo, fuck off with your dopey prick of a press conference. Let me save. Oh. I should not be having this worry. The game should be optimized good enough that I don't have this worry. Oh. Scenes in the Series C just popped up on the flash score that Sal in near to equalize. I have no idea who they are, but I suppose that's scenes. Again, the fact it's taking so long to load too. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, it's feeling that way, Sexy, at this point. But to be fair to Sports Interactive, they are still talking to the community. They're still putting out patches and updates and letting people know about the game. So, like, I can't say too many bad things about them. 1 million to them, I'll happily pay it. But, like, the fact that the game is having a confliction at the moment about just loading is concerning slightly. Oh, come on. I absolutely despise when teams don't end up playing the goddamn player. Load. Oh, it's John Eustace. Why doesn't that shock me that he's not playing the goddamn player? Yeah. There's always one. You can never get away with having a full batch of people sent out into sent out on loan and have everyone actually playing. Like that's you'd be rolling max luck stat if you did. By the way, the fact that we're 8th, even with the start that we've had, is actually surprising. Ooh. Give me 1 second and I'll actually let you know. Because it isn't a GPU issue. I am running a Intel i7 14700KF processor, and then it's an NVIDIA component. Show me it. An NVIDIA GeForce RTX 470. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 470. So, like, a 470 should not have problems with Football Manager above anything else. Like, yeah, the streaming and the whole lot can cause issues and all that, but, like, it's just funny. It's funny seeing where managers go in FM. Always a relief to see Marcus Royce leaving Leipzig. Not really. In my Football Manager 24 save, Marcus Royce was a particular pain in the arse for us. He was the Barcelona manager when they became the monsters of Spain. Marcus Royce was the monster of Spain, as opposed to Tony Mulberry being the cockroach of Manchester. You know, so Marcus Royce sometimes just becomes an absolute animal. But the one that always shocked me in FM24 was Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou's stats are bonkers in 24. They're still good in this, but they're not near as good as they were in 24. Like, Ange is currently in this save, and really game? Yeah. Ange Postecoglou is currently with Newcastle, and you can see there, very good means his stats are at least above 15. I love how he has a potential ability on the whole lot. So you can see his attributes here. 17 in attacking. And then if you go down to staff roles, okay, whatever. It can't be arsed. They have that too annoying. It's mental attributes in the coaching stats, but like he's very, very good, Ange. But Royce does dominate wherever he goes, and it's funny to see him. Because IRL, he's not as successful IRL as you'd expect him to be, Marco Royce. Although, considering we're looking at managers, where's Robbie Keane? Oh. Hungary. I don't know if that's the club that he's actually with in Hungary. I don't think so. And then Damien Duff. I can't say it. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, weird. Oh, this is a player. I was wondering what was happening there. Bolton. Yeah, not too bad. Marco Royce, Big Ange, Calvert-Lewin and Mateta, the four horsemen of the OPFM 24 save. Do you want to know, actually, in FM 24, who became a particular monster when he became a manager? Him. I don't know if he will do in this save as well, but Hugo Lloris became particularly good in my FM24 save. His manager stats, like he was 17 in everything. Like he was one of the best managers in the world and just hadn't gotten a big team yet. Well, you'd think that anyway, because like he just has that feeling of a player who knows how to interact with people. I'd be saying the exact same thing with Neuer. When Neuer ends up retiring and eventually becomes a manager. Because you think that he would do. I think Neuer would be a particularly good one as well. Because when you're a leader of men, you become a good manager. Like, say what you want to about Roy Keane. Roy Keane as a manager is a good manager. Roy Keane's big problem as a manager was he was far too aggressive and he expected players to end up following him in the same way that he would end up being a player. So his big thing was he just lost the goddamn dressing room because his standards were too high. Is there anything wrong with that? No. But he pissed off the actual board as well due to his standard point of view. Like, what Roy Keane did with Sunderland is beautiful. The taking over the club when they're bottom of the championship and bringing them up and getting them promoted is a beautiful display of managerial excellence. And the fact that he hasn't really been given a proper chance other than Ipswich, where he got screwed since then, is unfortunate. Like, there's no way he'd do it. He makes too much money as a pundit now. But I would love to see him go back. Like, Roy Keane as the Celtic manager would be box office. We're not going to see it, but it would be box office. And I genuinely think he'd do a fantastic job, too. Although if he's smart, that's where Damien Duff goes. Well, actually, if he's smart, it's where Ange goes. If I'm Ange Postecoglou, I'm going in on arm and foot and begging for that goddamn job. Because he's not getting anything else. Roy Keane would keep the player's ego in check. Well, that's kind of the issue. You don't really know if he would. Because Roy Keane's big thing was, people end up saying to bring him in, he'll end up getting people into gear and the whole lot. With the way that players are now, there's a good chance that Roy Keane would be too aggressive. And the players would just end up being like too crybaby boo-boo, my feelings are hurt, to actually follow whatever he's saying, which is the really sad thing about it. Now, at the same point in time, maybe that's being too mean to the mentality of current players. I know people turn around and say the mentality of current players are a lot less than the previous eras, but that's more to do with the fact that they're always in the limelight. They're always being hit by showcases of intensity and a whole lot. Like, one of the reasons why the United players do so bad is if they do anything wrong, the media will talk about it for the next 4 days. It's one of the reasons why you get away, why there isn't as much pressure on a team like Man City, even though they're performing bad for where they were for the last couple of seasons. It's the same with Liverpool. It's the same with Madrid. Like, Jude Bellingham is dropped by England, and there's very few people actually mentioning it. But that's because he's with Madrid. Although there's a question for you. Do you think by the way, my answer is yes. But what do you think? Do you think Tuchel was correct for dropping Jude? I think he is. If you can't play good with the team, then you don't deserve to be in the team. No player should be bigger than the cog of the wheel that ends up moving things along. And I think he's right for dropping him if he's not getting on with the team, or there's issues with the team's mentality or his mentality within the team. Hopefully we can get him for less. I bloody doubt it, though. Yeah, I figured he'd want more money. Yeah, no ego, especially in international games. I've seen some people angry that Miles Lewis-Skelly hasn't been picked, but I'd be unfair to put so much pressure on a young talent. I don't know. Like, Miles Lewis-Skelly is a very, very, very good player. The true MLS is a good player. The problem with Miles Lewis-Skelly is has he been playing enough with Arsenal, and has he been good enough with Arsenal to actually transfix the position that he's in? Because where do you play him? Because you're not playing Miles Lewis-Skelly in the centre defence of the midfield. He's not replacing Declan Rice. He's not replacing Morgan Gibbs-White. And he hasn't been playing on the left-hand side much for Arsenal because Calafiori's been taking him over for there. So, well, where do you put him? And even on that left-hand side, you've better options. Like, say what you want to, you'd still pick Shaw over Miles Lewis-Skelly at the moment on that side. So it's hard to know. At least I would, anyway. But I also could be being a massive fucking hypocrite there. But, like, at the end of the day, it's understandable as well, because there is this kind of feeling in football at the moment that you need to like hit while the iron is hot. Like, Manu at the moment, the fact that he's not getting time at United is getting a crap ton of hits, but he mightn't be ready for United. And honestly, my big thing when it comes down to Manu is it should be, I think Manu would be playing if Ugarte was playing. And Ugarte just isn't playing good enough. I think, ironically, the reason why Manu isn't getting the time that he wants is because Ugarte has been performing bad. Go on. I think our midfield pairing would be Ugarte and Manu, or Ugarte and Bruno, if it was there. I think Manu can't play with Casemiro. And I think that's one of the reasons why Manu isn't getting selected. But hey, different chokes for different folks. Maybe I'm wrong. Emil, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin'? To be honest, I didn't know that I was going to be. I noticed that the England match was on, or not England, the Ireland match was on versus Hungary, and I decided I was going to watch it anyway, so I might as well stream while I was doing it. Do you think Curtis Jones deserves... No, I don't. But I also don't think Curtis Jones is that good of a player, to be honest. I think Harvey Elliott is better than Curtis Jones, and that might get me shot. I was unfortunately missing due to the closed beta that kept me going. Once Shin Megami Tensei 5 is back on the list, I'm game. No bother, my friend. I'll be doing, as of this moment in time, I'll be doing Shin Megami Tensei 5 again on Tuesday. So just, Tuesday evening I'll be doing that. I'm not available Monday, so I'm not available tomorrow. So there won't be a stream tomorrow, but I'll be doing Shin Megami Tensei 5 on Tuesday. And we have to go up against King Frog. I'll be doing that. And then on Wednesday, I'm thinking about doing something else different. And then Thursday, coming back with Football Manager again. But we'll see. I'm very fluid on my actual structure at the moment. I don't have a streaming schedule properly fixated at the moment. But be assured, Emil, that as of this moment in time, on Tuesday evening at about 8:30, I will be doing Shin Megami Tensei 5 again. Okay, so why are we on this one? Cool. After the performance last time, Bruno's not starting. And I actually think Cunha isn't either. I think we'll go with Evan Ferguson for Sesko and Victor for Cunha. I will remember Tuesday. That's hoping I don't snooze off before the appointed time. Ah, don't worry about it, my friend. Like, there's no. If you don't make it, you don't make it. But like, you can always watch the VOD and the whole lot. Like, don't worry about it. Just enjoy yourself, and if you make it, you make it. Okay, Dogu there. I don't think we have anyone to replace Ahmad at the moment, do we? Kunya. Well, and Buemu's kind of our choice to replace Ahmad. Can Kunya play there? I mean, he can. I mean, we're going to try it anyway. We're going to try Kunya up there because Ahmad needs a bit of a break. And we're going to give Willie Kwambwala a go. He played excellent in the middle the last time we gave it to him. So we're going to go with Kwambwala there. And we're going to do Ilya off, but we're going to replace Shaw with Juan Godot. Give him his debut. So give Godot his debut. We're going to replace Stellar with Ugarte. Even though it is annoying how bad Ugarte has been doing. And we need to ensure that Stellar is actually on the bench. So do this one more time. Is meta this year? I see everyone signing him. So it's not that he's meta, Tom. It's that he's really, really, really cheap. Really cheap. So, like, he can develop into something good, but you can get him, like, it says 55 million there. I arrived, like, I got him late. You can get him for the goal. You can get him in between 20 and 50 million. He's really cheap for what he's at, and he can be very, very good. So, like, ironically, I spent less on Ferguson, but it's just the fact that he has the access to go onto the wings as well, and out of possession. An awful lot of people are messing with this type of possession structure where the striker moves back into the wing and all that type of stuff. He's very handy that way, you know? I've not seen Adam Wharton play this season. Any guesses as to why he may have been dropped from the English? He's injured. Sexy. As far as I understand it, Adam Wharton has a little injury at the moment. It's not bad, but as far as I understand it, he's injured. Let me check. I have an app here that normally tells me if people are actually properly injured. Forza Palace Squad. Adam Wharton. To my knowledge, he's injured anyway. Stats. Yeah, to my knowledge, he's injured. Maybe I'm wrong. But that was the reason why I ended up hearing it. But I like Adam Wharton, and especially lately after the stuff that he's been saying there as well about just ignoring all of the crap and going that way. Maybe I'm wrong on that. My apologies if I am. Funny enough, the streams I had for the closed beta gave me Twitch affiliate, but I never be consistent with it anyways. Rambling over, so I will see you on Tuesday then. Have funsies and have a lovely day. And the same to yourself, Emil. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hello. It's a pleasure to have you. Have a fantastic day, my friend, if you're not sticking around. And I'll chat you on Tuesday, so make sure your crack is 90. But Wharton is good. Like, my big thing is everyone that's being mentioned in that midfield position that United obviously need to end up fulfilling are being overplayed a bit. Carlos Baleba is not worth 100 million quid. Adam Wharton is not worth 100 million quid. Edison is not worth 60 million quid from Atalanta. The only one that's worth the value that he's supposedly available for, if you're able to get him, is João Neves. And I genuinely don't believe that PSG are willing to sell him. If they are, then bloody hop on that sketch and get him as fast as humanly possible. But I genuinely don't believe he's for sale. Like, there's a couple of potential interesting midfielders out there that you can end up getting. There's rumors that Benfica aren't happy with the performances of Richard Rios, so you could try and get him again. You might end up getting him for 20 million if the rumors about them just not finding him good enough as a 24-year-old, you know. But they have little reason to right now. PSG, like PSG selling João Neves, or which bit? Because I mentioned a couple of bits there. I don't know. It's one of those situations that supposedly Luis Enrique just has had some like back and forth with him. And as a result, they're thinking of putting him out on loan. Although I will say, one of the players who is supposedly up for loan, and it's interesting where they're thinking of putting him, is Real Madrid with Enric. Real Madrid are supposedly putting Enric out on loan and thinking about putting him over to Lyon. Interesting choice. I don't know if that's where I would send him, but that's an interesting choice. I know there was a rumor, but then there's a rumor about United, and goddamn everyone, that since Benjamin Sesko's injury isn't bad, but it might be worse than they're playing up, that he might be one of the people they look to end up loaning in, which would be interesting to go and get another bloody prospect as your striking option. Gosh. I'm just looking at the Germany game there, the highlights of it coming up there. What a goddamn shot. Enric is a Dove advert when he's only played 11 minutes this season. But the thing is, like, he has an immense amount of talent. Like, there's a reason Real Madrid spent 60 million quid on him. Sexy. Like, they spent 60 million quid on him because he has potential up the goddamn wazoo. The big thing with Enric that's interesting is he's tiny. He's tiny. He's I think he's only 5'8" or something like that. Like, he is tiny for a striker. Like, with the way that the game is changing, especially if we were to go into it, where you're in theory meant to be doing more crosses and stuff of that description, he is way too short for us. But Rottingham, game, come on, Duff. God, I'm glitching the crap out of you today. Holy moly. I'm not even trying to. It's stuck in preparing phase now. Oh. I'm having the joys of the world today. They'd love me as a QR tester. Oh my God. Just going wonderful. He can run laps around Nottingham and Port Vale. Like, funnily enough, when it comes down to striking options that are available at the moment, young strikers, I don't know who is actually considered like the next big striking option. Because as much as I like Obi Martin, I don't think it's going to be him. Also, the other thing with Obi Martin, which is slightly concerning depending on how you look at it, is on his social media he has taken every single notion of Manchester United off of his social media since he was demoted from the main team. Also, I made a mistake here where we meant to swap Senny Lemons with Dennis, and I missed 3 spots. God damn it. Anyway, will McTominay come back to bite us in the arse? We're about to find out. There's a bug in the game. You can get a player's attributes numbers without scouting them. To do it, you have to use the compare tool. Kinda, Ashday. The information isn't accurate, though. It's an approximate sum. It's an approximate conglomeration of their stats, so it can be very, very off. And thank you for enjoying that rendition of Craic Attack's scattered brain moments. But you can always kind of do that anyway in FM24 as well, so it doesn't shock me that's a thing in this game as well. Gutierrez, okay. Can we get a performance out of ourselves here as well? We started off grand, but 10 minutes and nothing much has happened. Maybe putting Cunha on the wing was the wrong move. Maybe that was a bad move, that. Victor? What was the... I mean, it bounced off of the defender. I didn't see how. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal! Oh, Victor! Milinkovic-Savic, you poor fool! What a goal! Oh, that's a beautiful goal! Oh! Oh, it's beautiful. That I credit giving Victor the penalty in the last game as to why he ended up scoring that. What a goal! Oh, that's the nicest goal I've seen in a long time in this in this game. Dogu, nice work, Ferguson to Victor. Oh, what a save! Oh. Oh, I mean, yeah. I love how you tried to fix the spelling and you made the same mistake. That's beautiful, sexy. The exact same misspelling, too. Kwambala to Ugarte. Ugarte to Cunha. Cunha to Victor. To Ferguson to Victor. Oh. God, this could have been Victor's game. He could be in his zone. We'll see. Now, with that being said, you know, it's 1-0. We don't want to over-egg the pudding. They can easily come back and score against us. Kobe Manu to Godot to Mbeumo. Ferguson to Victor. Oh, Victor. Oh. This, you have to. Unbelievable. I don't get the reference, Doug. Oh, but what a half. Like, even though we haven't been performing fantastic, Victor has been doing great for himself, and it's nice to see it. Did anyone last night, by the way, watch the Conor Benn Chris Eubank Jr. match? Because I wonder if they're going to end up doing a trilogy on that. I mean, after the way Conor Benn bloody, you know, the way Conor Benn basically destroyed him, I don't know if they will, but it'd be interesting if they'd done a part 3 of that fight. Now, we're 1-0 up against Napoli. They haven't been performing particularly good. We've been performing okay. I don't think we make any halftime subs, but we do shout at them and say that we're not pleased with what we've seen. Yeah, I understand you being annoyed, but we have to shout at everyone else. Rangers have just scored there now as well. Frankfurt are dominating bloody Rangers. Although, why is Frankfurt SGE? Oh, game's broke again. I was going to, but I misread when the fight started, and when I went to watch it, the fight had just ended. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate when that ends up happening. It's funny that it ended up happening, because as far as I understand, Conor Benn's bloody Athletic Commission license still hasn't been re-invoked. So technically speaking, it's not licensed by the British Boxing Board. So I'm kind of surprised they're even allowed to do it. Now that could be completely wrong by me. Someone who's more into boxing might be able to give me a better description on that. But to my understanding, I know it's not official rankings, so it's basically just a friendly. But I still thought that in Britain you weren't allowed to do match exhibition competitions like that if you didn't have your British boxing license. God, that's atrocious. Okay, we've been horrible this half. We've been properly disgraceful this half. Willie to Godot. Godot to Evan to Dogu. Manu to Mbwemu. Mbwemu! Oh, Mbwemu. Oh, Mbwemu was an open net. You could have passed the ball, you greedy arsehole. Oh, Mbwemu. Oh, you're coming off the pitch for that anyway, but oh my God, you greedy arsehole. The greed of that. That's a special level of greed. There, we'll do these 4 changes for now. We'll leave the last one just in case something goes wrong, but oh my God. Up, my friend. What's a crack-a-lackin' with you? Yeah, I decided that I'd end up watching the Ireland-Hungary game to see whether or not we had a chance of getting into the World Cup, which unfortunately it looks like we don't. But I decided I'd end up streaming and just enjoying the crack with a couple of people, because why not? Ferguson. I know it bounced off of the defender, but you have to do better than that. So I decided to end up coming in and just enjoying the crack with everyone. But how is your weekend treating you up? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going spicy, my friend? It's a pleasure to have you. Hey! Oh, I suppose that was coming. God, everyone's being mean to me now. You're happy that Lukaku scored against us. How mean. How mean. How mean. Victor. To Bruno. Bruno to Ugarte. To Willie. To Godot. Godot to Willie. Willie to Maguire. Maguire to Ahmad. Ahmad to Bruno! Milinkovic Savage with an awesome save. We have 10 minutes left. Can we get something out of this? We'll see. Lamens to Willie. To Manu. Manu. To Ugarte. To Bruno. To Victor. To Sesko. To Ahmad. To Victor. What the hell, Victor? Oh, Victor. 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 After such a good half, that shot. Oh, no. But if it makes you feel any better up, I've had one crash today and one almost crash. So the former United player Willie Kumbala, yeah, 1-1 is a horrible result for us, by the way. We do not deserve a 1-1. Useless bunch of pricks. Victor alone should have scored 2 goals. I was gonna say, I wasn't sure who you were on about. Oh no. Oh no, game, don't. Oh. I mean, if I can help it at all, I don't want the game crashing, but that is the second game in a row where it has almost crashed. Like, it is not having a good day today. Okay, so just while this is saving, I have 1 or 2 things I quickly need to do. So I'll be right back, guys. So just bear with me. And I will be right back momentarily. So just after the saves, I'll be back and then we'll continue on. Well, salutations, everybody. I have returned from my quick break. And, you know, the game has actually saved, so that's something somewhat decent. Our next game is against Ipswich, which should be a fairly easy competition for us now, though we shall see. They're 16th in the Premier League. Us, who are 8th at the moment, we are 7 points behind the leaders. Chelsea have had a very good start to the season, considering we're one of the teams that they beat. But we need a wee bit more firepower coming out of us, so let's hope we get something out of it. Like, we should have won that game, so the fact that we didn't is slightly concerning. But game. Oh, come on, you have to be running better than this game. Come on. It's actually I'm heavily considering stopping because of how bad it's running today. I have no idea why it's running so badly. But for now, we shall ignore it and continue on and see how things are. Ooh, Leicester got a new assistant manager. We're not the only team to have drawn in the Champions League, so that's something as well. And to be fair, it was Napoli. Napoli are a fairly strong team. But considering we had a lot of shots, we should have done significantly better there. The fact that we only got 1 goal is concerning. Archie Gray is someone I typically try and get if I can. I like him. He can play in multiple positions. Is he worth going for? Not really. I think he's one of the signings. I think Tottenham, funnily enough, IRL have done phenomenally well on purchasing a couple of really good youths. Mason Miala is another good striker that they ended up getting there. Has the potential to end up becoming into something there as an Irish striker. Obviously, Archie Gray for future references as well. They do a fairly good job of finding good youths. But we'll see what ends up happening. I wonder for Thomas Frank, too, if they manage to bring back Harry Kane to the squad, would that be enough to propel them into the potential of a title challenge? I don't think he'd be enough, but I think he'd definitely end up helping them. Although it's interesting Thomas Tuchel's words about Harry Kane, stating that he can't really play with another player beside him, that he has to be the only one up front, even when he plays that deep. Because I know one of the big problems for that England pundits have been saying is that he plays too deep and it causes issues with actually getting offensive capabilities put into play. But he's always played deep. Oh, sorry, man. You're not coming to us now. We're not going back in for you, so. Nottingham Forest versus West Ham. See how that ends up going. Beto and Schlide for Brentford. Doing well for themselves in the Europa League. I like Brentford as a squad anyway. They're the squad I'm doing the rebuild for one Murph FM. We won the league in one of them as well, so Murph ends up releasing that video. It should be a good bit of crack. Rashford left out of England plans. And he's 28, so it's not that surprising, but still. Villa and Liverpool. We need to get a win out of this one anyway. Otherwise, our title hopes will be squashed completely. So we have to go like full strength, pretty much, against them. Considering you are one of the principal players at the moment, you cannot be having bad training sessions. You have to be training well, Rashford. Also interesting that they're actually playing the people that we've downgraded. Mazraoui, who's been complaining about squad time, was downgraded into the actual under 21s. Overlooked by Jamaican manager. Interesting. Okay. Heaven's training has been okay. We might play Heaven in the next game, so. Barcelona lead in top player development. I have had some of the best players come out of the squad and have never gotten that honor. I'm not even sure how you get it, if I'm honest. Okay, so Sesko up front. With Mbeumo. Then we're going to put Bruno. We're going to put Ahmad back on with Rashford. We're going to go with De Ligt. And then Aiden Heaven. There. Now, Kumbwala has played better in the middle, so I don't like swapping them around too much, but we're going to go De Ligt, Willie, and Heaven. Ugarte is coming off for Stellar. We're going Stellar, Menu, Ahmad, Rashford, Bruno, Mbeumo, and Sesko, and see how we end up doing here. This is, technically speaking, our most offensive side. We should end up getting a good result out of this, especially against a lesser Ipswich side. So hopefully it ends up coming down good. So let's wish us some luck and get straight into it. With the way we've been performing recently, you would expect us to come out with piss and vinegar and actually perform somewhat good here. So wish us a bit of luck. Cross your fingers and your toes for me. Once the game loads, anyway. Hungary have been in complete control of this game in the second half, by the way. Ireland's midfield has just been a joke. We haven't been able to control them. We haven't been able to contain them. They've just been running all over us. Now, they don't look like they'd end up scoring either, which is the other thing about it, but they've just been all over us. It's a very light card on Collins. Or Scales, sorry. Oh, come on, game. Don't... Oh, come on, game. Are you kidding me? The fact that it keeps coming up that the EXE isn't working and that the game is about to crash is actually getting on my nerves. It's happening every loading sequence at this point. Oh well, we'll go with this for now. I think we've shut up a few people improving their criticism unfounded. Yeah, we'll go with that. Cool. Come on, just load the interview. Excellent chance. Things will come back. He's been playing good. Let it continue. Okay, come on, game. Jack Clark, actually, in FM24, depending on the save you ended up getting, was a good option to end up getting. I'm sure he's not anymore in this game. I'm sure he's mediocre. He was an option you can end up getting, and Spurs normally went for him. Yeah, well, we're in control so far, but I'm already slightly concerned. Also, the fact that we're on corners, let me check something. You're shitting me. You're actually kidding me. I'm done. Nope, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'll come back with FM26 on another day, but I'm done. It's after crashing with my attempt to look at the goddamn set pieces. I'm done. I'm done. That's 6 times today that menu has come up stating that it's about to crash, and this is the second crash that's after happening. I'm done. For everyone who came in today, thank you so much for coming in. That has just increased my bloody blood to a point that isn't healthy. Might be back on later on this evening. I bloody doubt it. Otherwise, it'll be Tuesday when I'm coming back on with Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm just so sorry that the game has just been atrocious today and has increased my anger to a level that I'm not willing to